Okay, so your next idea on how to quit your job by the end of this year, and that's under $100. Can I speak today? Apparently not. I'm having so much trouble getting my words out. Hi, this is Mara. We're gonna jump right into this next one. It is UGC, user generated content. What is that? You know, when you see all those ads where somebody's like, blah, 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 and it was so good for my skin and I love it and all, whatever. That's user generated content. So when brands go to a creator and ask them to, and people are like, I can already hear like brand deals. No, these aren't brand deals. It's something different. You don't have to have a following in order to do UGC. So if you've got children, if you've got dogs, if you have brains, if you've got a body, if you've got an apartment, there are so many products out there. Excuse me. Companies and products that they would much rather pay you $150 to $500 for 30 to 3 minutes worth of content than to pay some big brand person, right? That's going to charge them $5,000 for those 3 minutes or whatever. So they would rather go to the small one. Plus, there's an authenticity, right? And so they're able to get a lot more awareness, a lot more organic traffic while using creators such as myself, right? I haven't done a lot of these, but because I've been building up a portfolio, but this is something that you can do, again, under $100. All you have to do is make a little portfolio and then go onto a website. Now, you can offer your services like someplace on Fiverr. As a UGC content creator, I actually highly recommend it, but there is a lot of competition there. But if you look great, if you present great, I mean, you can go on there, for free, you can make 3 gigs, like a standard one where you're like, for 300 words or whatever, I'm gonna charge $75, and then the next package is like $150, and the next one is $300 for like maybe 3 minutes, right? So you can have a gig where you can send people and you can put up videos so they can see like a video profile, and you can go ahead and make a QR code, so when you're on the road you can be like, oh, look at my portfolio, or send them a link. That's definitely a way, but you have to stand out from the crowd. Again, if you're gonna go onto Fiverr, I highly recommend that you put an actual video on the front, because there's options to have video as your, for your portfolio, but a lot of people will just have a stagnant like thumbnail of what they do for UGC. Go in there and I'm telling you, people want to see that video right away. And if they see your camera presence, and here's the thing is, you don't even have to put your face on there. You could just do voiceovers. You can do unboxings, right? And I'm going to have a UGC guide for you. I'm working on that. But definitely, just get onto Fiverr, go ahead and make yourself a gig. But another easy way that you can go is to go onto LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I get alerts from them all the time, especially if you have a LinkedIn and you have like content creator and put UGC in there, you're gonna get so many going to your so many hits, right? Because I'm not looking for a job, right? Because I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't mind picking up creator jobs, right? So I still have that on, and I get hit up, and there's so much on there right now for like college students. And if you have a child, they want you to use this product. If you don't like the product, a lot of times you can get free products. They'll send you the product and you just get to keep it. A lot of creators, like especially if they start getting like bigger and stuff like that, when you start getting appliance and stuff, you can sell that, right? You can go ahead and turn around, like wigfluencers. A lot of them, they do the wigs, right? They get the wig, they do the pretty review, but they're selling them on the back end, right? They're like restyling them and dyeing them, whatever. And this is free product, right? So if you have a child, if you have a dog, right, they will send you free dog food, right? You can donate this stuff. You can take it down to, the Goodwill or to your neighbors or anything like that. There's so many ways to monetize this while getting paid, right? And you don't have to have a following. You are giving them the rights. And here's the thing is, you got to do your homework. And there's contracts that you got to look for. You can go on to Etsy. I recommend YouTube University. There are several creators out there that actually have like masterclass courses. And when you start talking about contracts and stuff like that, I definitely recommend. There's a couple that I've watched. I've saved them on playlists, and I want to go back and see, like, they've got like a package, like a full what they use to send out to brands to reach out to the brands that they want to work with, like a whole, you know, and then contracts, and it has all the law, like the wordage, the verbiage in there that I don't know anything about, that I could at least read through ahead of time and get, and then, you know, kind of be able to work on my negotiation, have an idea of what I want if it comes to that, right? Because eventually, hopefully, you know, when you do start growing on social media, then this is a really natural way to get into brand deals, right? Because you're doing the same stuff, but now the brands are reaching out to you, paying you a lot more money, but now you're well seasoned in doing UGC content, right? And so first of all, and you're going to be really good at being able to get back to them and be able to use the wordage and all that other stuff. And so with brand deals, you'll be able to take off more. They pay a lot more, right? And so, but you'll have a following, because they're going to pay you for you to go to your following and say, I recommend this product. Again, I do not recommend you endorsing anything that you really wouldn't want. Like, it would be terrible and really bad for your reputation if you were to do something along the lines where, like, you just hated the product, but you did it, but people will see you, you're like, oh, I would never touch the stuff, but right? And you've got all these TikTok followers that are like your friends and family and stuff, so definitely, you know, stick to your self-integrity and your morals and everything like that, but definitely an idea that you can get started right away without any, all you have to do is make a quick portfolio, and even you can do a free website onto Canva and stick it up there, you know? All right.